It's Saturday evening in Singapore, and it's time for the Shidong Show, which has been running here all week long, and it has been a absolute blockbuster thus far. What does he have in store for us now? Somebody who has already come into this arena and picked up a trophy today in men's doubles action, but he's just seen his partner in that downed in the first of the semifinals as he takes on Alexis Lebrun. And we have seen LeBrun representation in Singapore as recently as last year with brother Felix, but they have gone in different directions in this particular Singapore smash. Let's have a little look at the tale of the table between these two. One apiece in terms of the WTT head-to-head. The last meeting between these two coming at the finals in Fukuoka. That was a round of 16 victory for Linshidong, 3-1. We'll come back to that. World ranking-wise, there are 12 places between them. But Alexis Lebrun has meant business, and he's looked fit, and he's looked sharp, and he's looked muscular throughout the course of this week here in Singapore. Linshidong, well, he's just looked great every time he's come to this table. Patricia Liu is in the chair.
I have red, black. Red for Lebrun, black for Lin. Black, Lin win the toss, service. Which end?
Let's take a look at that last time they met, and it was a power show from a player who could do no wrong at that point of the season. Linshidong overcoming Alexis Lebrun. And at this point, who better to bring in than Adam Bovero, who will have seen all the best of Linshidong as he has gone on this march towards the #1 spot. And great to have you with us. So you had the Xiao show, we had the incredible Yang Jian-Kun, and now we've got the Shidong show here. Where else would you want to be right now?
Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. It is incredible in the arena. Linshidong, the star of the Shidong show, is fighting for a spot at world #1, and with the current world #1 eliminated in the semifinals, that means the point differential between these two potentially is much greater. Wang Chun-Ting, the Penhold sensation, a bagel for him. Simon Gauzy put up a good fight, tight in the fourth. An Jae-hyun, a bagel. And Lin Wenru, again, a good fight, but 4-1 in the first best of 7 that Linshidong played. His backhand was unstoppable, but this man here, the 21-year-old world rank number 14, when he's on, he can beat anybody in the game.
Yeah, when Alexis is on, and he has been on here in Singapore this week, he has been fabulous to watch. Having a little look at his progress through the course of this one, he's come up against some quality players on the way here, and he's managed to dispatch them every turn. Starting off really in terms of catching the eye with that round of 32 against Shinazuka before Zhue Fei, who had been a giant killer himself, was beaten 3-2, and then Dang Zhou, of course, no stranger to going deep at WTT series events, was beaten 4-2. What have you made of him?
Back-to-back pen holders with Feifei and Florian Boisseau in the crowd, right next to, and behind I should say, Zhou Qihao. Other than that, going to say Xu Yinbin and his fitness trainer next to him, Matthias from France. Prize money big now, 17.5 thousand to he who shall not pass this round. Fan vote, interesting. The Shidong show, I wonder, Alexis got plenty of fans. France is having the time of its life right now. Table tennis overload. The demand is so high because of the LeBron brothers. So cast your votes at worldtabletennis.com or the WTT app, but this should be close.
Yeah, it's another fabulous dimension into the way fans are seeing the sport at the moment, seeing the trends, seeing the players. Of course, he's looking also to go one further than his brother here in Singapore.
Lin to serve, love all. One love.
We've said this before, but Linshidong has spent a lot of time on this showpiece table here in the Infinity Arena. And whenever he's come, Adam, he's come to play, and he's come to play magnificently. He looks as sharp as we've seen him.
If he had to rent space on the opponent's side of the table for his winners right now, He wouldn't have to run
1-2.
much. First 2 points right there to the same spot, more or less. Alexis' weapon is, one, he's got so much versatility and variety in his game. His touch, his pace, his power, side spin galore, but so far, 3 of the first 4 for Lin Shidong.
And that wasn't too far away either from a horrible position for Lin Shidong.
Yeah, good misdirection with the upper body. Alexis opening those shoulders quickly. Deception is powerful. It goes a long way at this level. It just gives your opponent less time to prepare.
2-4.
Keeps the ball with him at the towel break. You don't see that too often. Maybe you do, I just don't notice it. Touch game, controlling the short game. Lin Shidong, one of the most, if not the most explosive player in the game.
Let Alexis inside end line. 2-4. The ball. Then you toss. 2-4. Don't toss inside the table.
So I think the call is the contact. Actually not clear.
2-5.
And it's good on Alexis to make sure that he knows what specifically he was being warned for. Although if a warning comes again, even for something else, it's yellow-red.
5-3.
Well, we saw a yellow card for Wong Chu-chin very early on, or relatively early on in the first of the semi-finals. And just for a moment or two, it got into his head, but he overcame it, came back.
Temporarily. What was the yellow card for?
Timing. Delaying play.
Got it. Yeah, a lot of thought needs to go into every serve, players. There's so many tough receivers on the other side. You often doubt yourself. You think, yeah, but what if they get in on this attack, or what if things don't cause as much trouble as I hope?
5,
and that's
6.
A lovely couple of points there for the Frenchman, who has got a foothold now, who's got himself into this one here, because Lin Shidong was hurrying things along.
Seven, 5.
The idea for me is right. Add some side spin, try to mix it up. Again, this is what Alexis does incredibly well. Just to keep the opponent guessing, changing rhythm.
5,
just looking
9.
at Lin Shidong's week in Singapore. Mixed doubles, check. Men's doubles, check. He's come close to triple crowns before, hasn't he?
5, 10.
The ability to fight on all fronts, and just incidentally picking up 5 game points along the way here in the first.
10, 6.
That's his good call. Hits the shirt. Ooh, seemed like it to me. Came back like it had. It'll be fun to see.
10, 6.
Yeah.
Or won't. Fascinating, though. A little bit of suspense never hurt nobody.
What a return that would have been had it been good.
10, 7.
We just sit here and laugh at each other for the next 5 minutes. Net here just barely climbing over. I love it. That ball hugging the net like it didn't want it to leave. You're not ready for college. 2 game points saved.
Oh, wow.
8, 10.
He didn't expect it back, but he dealt with it, Alexis, and he comes back within 2.
I didn't expect it to come back. It seemed like Alexis, man, the recovery, racket high. Again, 2 fingers up on that backhand side of the racket is incredibly uncommon. 3 on the trot. He's got the serves if he can get through the first now.
11, 8.
But it's
to Lin.
The game to Lin Shidong after an eventful final few points in that one.
Just a reminder that Alexis will fight till the finish. No matter when it is, it won't be easy. Although Lin Shidong has improved faster than almost anybody in the world. These are two rising stars, the next generation. They're close in age. And while the score got a bit closer towards the end, it's Lin Shidong 11-8 to take the first.
Well, we talk about the Shidong show, and this is why, because if you look back over the last 6 months, just tick them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times we see him featured there. Yeah, he's on a roll.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to tick him off because you see him when he's calm. Imagine when he's angry. Chun Yuan-Yu, who is doing an autograph session, if I'm not mistaken. Him and Huang Yo-jung, the next generation. Although age-wise, Lin Shidong is, well, a step ahead of the rest. It's like he skipped a grade.
19 years young. So much won, so much potential, so much won in Singapore already this week, and he's got his eye on the big prize.
Second game, LeBron serve, love all. One love.
Good opening backhand here, Alexis. The variety of spin and forward motion on his drives. Again, every ball a little bit different.
1-all.
Now he's going to fight to stay close to the table. Alexis, you've seen against other opponents get behind the table, no problem. But Lin Shidong has been so powerful, so confident with his placement that few have won points from behind the table.
1-2.
Well, that's excellent from Alexis.
Turns his back, a full spin, and no need to come back to the table. The commitment, this is why the present is more important than the future. Because if you make it count now, it changes and ripples on, and everything's different after that.
4-1.
The pirouette is followed by another point for Alexis Lebrun, who's going places in this second.
He does wear a knee brace at 21 years old, Alexis.
2-4.
Well, that's that one that just supports the patella, isn't it? Just below the knee there. It's understandable that players would need that.
I like it. Need that. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
It's funny you said patella and got me thinking about sweets.
3-4.
3-4. Lin Shidong, you knows how to go all the way in a smash. It just feels like he belongs here, doesn't it? Stellar showing from him at the China Smash, and of course we're in the first of the 4 grand smashes of the year. People to the United States and Europe and then China to come.
We actually just saw some fans from the United States that are here watching.
5-4.
From Michigan to Singapore to watch this. This is how good of a ticket it is. They will fly all the way around the pale blue dot to be here.
It's been a fabulous week. It's a finals weekend that has delivered and then some already. Quality of play. Of course, everything that surrounds this, not just here inside the Infinity Arena, but in the Smash Park and everything around it, has been stunning. But the play that we've seen in these semifinals has just elevated, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've had a lot of friends that have shown up day after day just to capture as much as they can.
6-5.
This is neck and neck in game 2.
Net 6-5.
From Michigan to the banks of the Kallang River. Love that.
Yeah. You should see their calves.
Listen to Alexi.
From a power standpoint, again, behind the table, one passive ball shallow. Doesn't stay there long without taking some chances. Two big backhands in the forehand. He's got a lot of power. Him and Felix have some very elaborate handshake celebrations. I'll tell you more about that in a bit. You had something there?
Yeah, those muscles. We're going to talk about Matisse, I think you said it was, the French fitness coach, because we've spoken about this before. He is in awesome shape right now, Alexi. He's done the hard work. He's boot camped. He's got himself in an awesome physical shape, but his game as well. That's not been left behind. And maybe one springs from the other because he's playing with a muscularity, a command here.
It's a fine balance. If you're too muscular, you're too tight, it slows you down in such a fast, fluid sport. But that's why it's usually lower back and down. Shoulders, of course, necessary. Upper body strength, but the legs.
7-8.
Anyway, the handshakes. Alexi and Felix used to do these crazy handshakes here, as we see the Shidong fans in the crowd. And they would chest bump. But Alexi would jump straight up, and I said, why? He goes, otherwise my brother will end up in the salad bar.
8-0.
Still a big guy, solid all the way through, and 8 points apiece now. Touch game, just slides over to that forehand side for the backhand.
9-8.
Just misses.
It's a fine balance, this touch play. Watch Alexi here. Pendulum. Again, enough to bait your opponent into taking a shot that's not so available.
And he drives it into LINSHIDONG, and he drives himself to 2 game points in the second.
A little bit under here is what it appears to be, but not as much spin on it as it appeared. LINSHIDONG with the very open racket leaves a little height right there to clean up the man with 2 game points. And the knee band under that patella. Alexis Lebrun.
9-10.
He'll always go for it. And still has a game point as he receives.
And then there was that. 2 in a row blitzing the table. LINSHIDONG. These are 2 players that have a very strong sense of humor, a quirk about them, but that also turns into fight.
11,
and the power demonstrated here. They're very different physically, but the amount of power, this comes partially from timing and a whole lot of work. Wang Hao knows a thing or two about that.
He's turned this around, 3 points in a row, earns himself a game point for 2-love. And Alexi thought about it, didn't, and in the end, Rude, a chance blown. 2 game points lost, and suddenly the Shidong show shuts him down.
Impressive comeback here from the world number 2, handcuffing the receiver into passive play. The ball that looked like it caught the edge, and sure enough, a hand raise. Coach Nat Nolan saying, why now? Quel dommage, what a shame.
The Singapore Smash 2025 in the Infinity Arena. We have a final to come later on in the shape of the women's doubles. But right now we're in the second of our 2 men's singles semi-finals, and it's a 2 games to love advantage
to serve, love all.
for the man who's serving.
Love 1.
Aggressive. That's what he wants.
My French isn't amazing, but I have a sense.
1-0.
He will be aggressive, but that alone won't be enough against LINSHIDONG, will it?
It's constant risk assessment. It's setting up better opportunities for yourself to be aggressive. Attempting to do so here. He's got an incredible amount of feeling. So much touch, creativity. Just for the record, I was describing Alexis, but this is true of both of them. LINSHIDONG just has a distracting amount of power from just about anywhere on court, but he's got all the elements. Rarely will you see him bothered by somebody else's side spin. Way behind the table, and he roars. This is not an easy place to win a point, but Alexis, more than most, can cause threats, cause problems. Heavy side with the top as it moves and carries wide. Still in position, playing it off the ground. It's just part of the game for him.
He loves it back there, doesn't he?
Does.
Thrives.
Yeah.
3-0.
But back comes LINSHIDONG.
We heard a lot from LINSHIDONG after this point, and the reason is, for me, Alexis plays the tactics he needs. He's trying to stay forward as much as possible, but you can see it's not easy with LINSHIDONG on the other side. So tactically, LINSHIDONG basically said, I just took your biggest hits and still won the point.
4-3.
Again, a lot of ways to win a point in table tennis, and sometimes it's the unlikely ones that are more valuable to sort of create some scar power on the brain of the opponent.
It's 4-all, and these two have traded blows. Crucially towards the end of the previous game, it was LINSHIDONG who came up with the points he needed.
5-4.
Right into that pocket, the middle between the forehand and the backhand. Again, if you can't hit it out of reach, get your opponent off balance, even if that's in and out. Timeout?
Timeout.
Aggressively taken timeout there. Slams down the bat, off he goes on the call.
On le sent, donc en fait à chaque fois je suis obligé de te recentrer. Hein? T'exiges, tango! Putain! Allez, va te faire foutre et démerde-toi. T'as aucune continuité, donc tant que t'as pas de continuité, je peux pas t'aider. Tant qu'à chaque point que tu me regardes, si je mets pas une balle, on peut rien faire si c'est comme ça. Soit on arrive à avoir une continuité dans les choses, soit on passe le
j'essaie là.
Là tu vas mourir 4 fois au 8.
Parce que remise longue, je mets 3 fois le bloc dehors.
Ouais mais remise longue, c'est où? C'est milieu, c'est pas dans le revers. Au bout d'un moment, il faut être un peu sur le jeu. La remise de rebond dans le courage, je les campe. Demain matin. Ah ouais.
There was a lot of anger on show there. There was a bit of language as well. This was heart on the sleeve stuff from Nathaniel Moulin and the player.
Coach Moulin, Nathaniel. I wonder if he says excuse my French in moments like that.
Actually, it came out of the mouth of Alexis. Well, whatever works.
Yeah, new knee brace out here, new patella strap.
4-6.
Yeah, we saw him there on screen expressing that frustration. I'm sure some of my French friends will be able to tell me the details, but tough times here. There it is.
6.
He's angry, and he's playing with a focus and an intensity.
He wouldn't be the first to play better when he's angry.
But it has to be controlled aggression when you're up against somebody as good as LINSHIDONG. It's going to be hard to channel that.
For me, I think it's sort of a stimulant. You'll have a lot of energy for a short amount of time, But in a long race, you're going to burn out quicker if you play angry. It's just tough to balance. The big chop block, and LINSHIDONG handles it. This is a good one, too. Low curving. He arcs it back. Still so comfortable with these high backhands. LINSHIDONG's not a tall man. It's the smaller of the two.
Five, 9.
He's back where he wanted to be there. Oh,
still in. Power to the barrier, sends him back. A little bit of role reversal here. This is where the players want to be. They want to be the one right next to the table, smashing, sending the opponent back to the defense. What are you thinking?
Just going back to that heated exchange with Coach Moulin. Of the stuff that was repeatable, the coach said there comes a time when you need to be brave.
10, 6.
And yes, that's true, but bravery or not, it's now 4 game points for a 3-love lead.
Many ingredients needed to take down the star of the Shidong show, world number 2. Bravery might be one of them. It's 4 game points for a 3-0 lead for LINSHIDONG.
10, 7.
Expertly placed to save one of them from Alexis Lebrun.
Not easy there on top of the table. Still keeps the top spin on, so the ball comes down. A little bit of security under pressure.
11, 7.
But can't repeat it on the backhand, and that is now done. And this is beginning to look, well, let's not get carried away on the evidence of what we've seen in our semi-finals, men's and women's, thus far today. We don't want to count anything before it's hatched.
Even though there's an egg on one side, Leof, it is 3 for LINSHIDONG. 1 game away from a spot in the final, looking for world number 1.
他这个里头他就负他无谓失误就多了，对吧？他就这质量了，对吧？他再发力他就无谓失误就太多了，这个回过头来他有可能这种是无发，一会儿他这个一会儿那个，这个小心一点啊，减少这种失误。这打起来的时候，还形成保持你的这种速度，保持你的这个质量，啊，这种正常的这种连续性。
LINSHIDONG has so much to it. His play, spin just being one aspect of it there. We're going per second here, aren't we, on those revolutions?
Yeah.
As Wang Manyu looks on.
Yeah, 138.4 revolutions per second. Interesting, because we've got a doubles match coming up with Kwai Man and Wang Manyu. Kwai Man beating Wang Manyu along the way. Just a little yawn there from the introvert. Although I think most players on the Chinese national team, the women, call themselves introverts, according to WTT's social media.
4th game, LeBron serve.
And after a far more orderly exchange with Wang Hao, his coach, LINSHIDONG's ready to go. Oh, yes, please. More of the same, please.
Wow, the side spin on this one. He covers the ground so well, Alexis. But watch the bend on this final forehand. Get ready, moves into the table. Now that he's a little closer, heavy side can't be touched.
2, low.
And LINSHIDONG looks like he's not of a mind to want to go to 7 by any means here. Looking to get this done on Saturday evening in Singapore.
3, low.
What now, Alexis? What do you reckon, Adam?
I was just thinking it'd be a good time for a timeout. Did he already call it? I don't think so. He's been trailing every game.
Low, 4.
But in terms of what you would talk about if you were on that timeout, I mean, with the momentum here, 12 of the last 16, I think it's going to have to be something surprising on serve, quick short points.
Love 5.
Well, that was a quick short point, but not what he wanted.
Yeah, that's half of the battle, I guess. Still the feet gonna have to set himself up quite quickly. Saw him in the training hall before this. He was barefoot, looking in incredible shape. There we go.
1.
Third ball doesn't always have to be aggressive. Short rally could just mean making your opening attack count. There's often this misconception that you have to be the first to attack, or that you have to attack before you're ready. Fine balance, but it's a game of risk assessment, taking chances and deciding quickly. Little shallow on the table, but heavy spin from down low, using the quads to get beneath this. Take a look one more time. Look how low he is. What an uncomfortable position on the first. Man of muscles, Montpellier.
Just flicks the edge.
Yeah.
And it's 2-6, and it's all sorts of trouble there.
Net 2-6. 3-6.
Just in case you missed it earlier on, the reigning champion knocked out by Liang Jinquan in an absolute cliffhanger, a classic of a first semi-final here. He awaits the winner of this one.
7-3.
This is tough for Alexis. He gets his opponent behind the table. These high backhands, LINSHIDONG makes look easy, but watch this spin coming in. Covers the middle, guides it up to the high backhand, and says, get on your tippy toes for this one.
7-4.
So just to add a little bit more to that and mention his name, Wang Chuqin, the defending champion, the world #1, eliminated, but one of the top 3 in the world, Team China.
With the world #2 having serious designs on a place now in that final.
5-7.
With still a 2-point lead.
This is the serve that causes so much trouble for so many players. The first step is seeing it. And after that, it's handling it. The first step is a very important one. Ooh, awkward. The knuckler from the baseline, Holmes. The way he touches this ball, watch what he does. Just guides it, floats it. That is nasty. That is a ball that you just don't practice against. It's almost like when it hits someone's hand, except he did it intentionally. And now a timeout on LINSHIDONG's side.
风不着急啊，对不对？一分钟你就正常打就可以了，是不是？他现在就想打的就挺苦的，一会儿这个一会儿那个，对不对？而且他拿出这种就是发发这个感，而且没必要自己去乱搏，打一会儿他有这种长的勾，我发勾也可以，发这种短没问题啊，对吧？这种那半勾一个的严律严谨啊，打紧相持这种时候都可以，注意保持你的速度，保持你这种连续性。 对不对？该出手的时候我不能软啊，而且包括接发球的时候不能那么随意，还是要有目的性的。我该要速度要速度，要有这种连续性，要有连续性。
Je vois très nettement où tu veux jouer. Oui, oui. Il est flexible, on sait qu'il a cette capacité-là, mais allez, on continue avec ses idées, on continue à maintenir. Allez, mec.
Time. Lin.
Again, an impassioned exchange, but nothing alarming as far as Alexis Lebrun is concerned, because he's been fueling and feeding him his game off that passion, and it's worked in terms of clawing back in this must-win game here. Trails 6-7 to LINSHIDONG.
Punt placement here. LINSHIDONG leaves him second guessing at the baseline. This is what half long is all about. Fine margins here between allowing the opening attack and getting what you just saw.
8-7.
And Stolen here from the baseline, looking keenly wherever he can for a good opportunity to get in.
Absolutely wrong footing. Well, not wrong footing him, but certainly putting it past him.
Seven, 9.
But a quality opening here as Lin Shidong uses the backhand to set up that 2-point lead once again.
LeBron, yellow card for misbehavior.
Yeah, he just clipped the table with his bat there,
Please
didn't he?
read.
Sounded like it.
Yeah, he
LeBron,
did.
please read. 7, 9.
One of the fastest servers in the game, both of the LeBron brothers. Love to get into it quickly. And IOU cashed in a little bit of net. Positioning-wise, he's where he wants to be. Just a step closer to the table than his opponent. Lin Shidong dangerous from anywhere, though. We've seen that time and time again. Fishing there with the backhand. Just that net slowing the ball down, keeping it out of reach.
10, 8.
Alexis Lebrun's fighting to survive, but it's looking tough because 2 match points now go the way of Lin Shidong to get this one done in straight games. And he serves. Not yet. The fighting qualities of Alexis Lebrun on show, as ever.
We've seen him put in that position on a handful of occasions so far. It's not an easy ball to handle, but really active on his feet to get over that ball, move in, and play it down the line to save a match point. 1 more to go, Lin Shidong.
And he saves them both.
This is
10-all.
Yeah, an eyebrow raiser. A moment like this, put in a position to get a shot that, well, Lin Shidong would make most of the time, but he handles it well. He's my Chinese national team, Joe Pesci. I love it.
How about this?
11.
Turn it around, son. Get yourself a game point.
Coach Molan, guarded optimism, encouragement. And now, as you mentioned, game point for the player trailing with that yellow card, Alexis Lebrun.
11.
But it sits up, it gets slammed, and we're back square again.
Yeah, it's a good serve here, Lin Shidong. Not heavy spin.
12, 11.
And back we go into match point territory. Again, Lin Shidong can get this one finished.
Thirteen, 11. Game and match to Lin. Lin wins 4 games to love.
And there you have it. In the end, he's done it in straight games. In the end, the emotions, the aggression, whatever Alexis Lebrun brought, just not enough to derail this seemingly unstoppable world number 2, Lin Shidong, who's tasted success here already in doubles play here in Singapore and now has designs on another smash singles title. What do you make of that performance, Adam?
Well, I'd be lying if I said I expected anything less from Lin Shidong. My hope is, in a match like this, that it comes down to the wire. Lin Shidong is so strong, and now in the absence of Wang Chuqin in the men's singles event, it'll be quite interesting to see how he fares and how youth, experience, and let's say fearlessness goes up against experience. And in a game like this that's so brainy, changes are constantly made. Look at the table, for example. The winning ball placement of Lin Shidong, tough to guess. Middle, wide to the forehand, shallow, but those ones, the 21% next to the 30, closer to the net, those are bending out of reach. You don't dare go into the forehand straight. You make it a chase. And serve percentage here, almost 13% higher after 34 minutes of play. 4-0 victory, 2 deuces. And we'll have a chance to hear from the world number 2, Lin Shidong, on court First, some words from the funny man.
Shidong, congratulations. Very cleanly played, great strategy. But Alexis came out with a lot of aggression. He had chances to win games. How did you manage to win that match 4-0?
恭喜林诗栋取得比赛的胜利，进入到这届新加坡大满贯的男单决赛。对手一上来也是打得非常凶猛，你是怎么调整4-0取得胜利的呢？
其实今天自己能4-0赢下这场比赛还是没想到吧，然后可能艾利克斯其实球也是非常的凶猛吧，可能质量也非常高，然后变化也非常多吧，然后节奏也非常快，可能今天自己发挥好的一点就是自己能把节奏控制住了吧，才能赢下这场比赛吧。
Winning 4-0 today was very unexpected for me because Alexis is very aggressive, he has very high quality shots and really showed a lot of variation. But today I did well in terms of controlling the tempo and rhythm of the game.
You probably saw earlier on one of your teammates, Jin Kun, won an amazing match. He's in hot form going into the final, that being your opponent. Share with us some of your thoughts about what you're expecting and what we can see in the final tomorrow.
那我们刚刚也看到了梁靖昆的状态十分火热，怎么展望明天和他的决赛呢？
明天也是跟梁哥吧，然后其实我们也就是其实在联赛打过吧，可能每一次都不一样吧，明天自己还是全力以赴做好自己就可以了。
I recently played with him in the Chinese Super League. Every time I play with him, it's something different. So I'm just gonna play my best and just play my own game.
Well, we can't wait. Congratulations for being in the final and look forward to it. Good luck, Shidong.
期待你决赛的表现，继续加油。
谢谢。
Quietly spoken, telling it like it is, and now something for the fans. Signing the ball, sending them into those adoring fans. And LINSHIDONG is just winning admirers every time he steps out onto the surface here at the Infinity Arena. Yet to really have that crazy following that we're seeing, of course, from the Sun Ying-sha, Wong Chu-jin fans, but if he keeps this up, he can be just about anything. So an encounter with Liang Jingquan is going to be the final. For the second year in a row, Liang Jingquan in with a chance to win here at the Singapore Smash, but he has a formidable foe in the way. So that's how it's shaped up here in our men's singles semi-finals, but we're not done. Oh no, sir, because Adam has got a final to talk you through very shortly. Curiously, two women who were knocked out by their doubles partners. It's Sun Ying-sha and Wang Yidi, Huai Man and Wang Manyu. Up next in the final.
To become a better man, sinking in the sand. We don't need the past and our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done. What do we do to love?